There's been another direct confrontation between Iran and the United States. The U.S. Navy has downed an Iranian drone flying in international airspace. Washington says the drone was getting too close to an American military vessel, and despite multiple warnings, no attempt was made to try and withdraw that drone, and that's when the action was taken. Our West Asia Bureau Chief Daniel Pagani breaking down the latest.
U.S. President Donald Trump says the assault ship Boxer, part of a U.S. amphibious group stationed in the Arabian Sea, has downed an Iranian drone which failed to abide to multiple retreat requests. It is not clear if the drone was armed.
Before I begin, I want to apprise everyone of an incident in the Strait of Hormuz today involving USS Boxer, a Navy amphibious assault ship. The Boxer took defensive action against an Iranian drone which had closed into a very, very near distance, approximately 1,000 yards, ignoring multiple calls to stand down, and was threatening the safety of the ship and the ship's crew. The drone was immediately destroyed. I also call on other nations to protect their ships as they go through the strait and to work with us in the future.
This is the second direct military confrontation between the United States and Iran after Tehran downed an American drone on June 20th. The Iranian Foreign Minister Javad Zarif said his government has no information about losing a drone. The U.S. assault ship Boxer hosts jets and helicopters on its landing deck and is a part of a rapid response division, counting 2,200 men. Its deployment was decided 1 year ago.
The R is going to come in. We're going to do our standard presence ops. We're going to, provide for stability in the region, as the Navy's done since basically end of World War II. Fred and his folks are going to do some training in the region. We're going to do some training too. We'll work with our partners if we can, Bahrain, Dubai, something like that, and just do a standard deployment.
Deploying the Boxer might be part of a standard operation, but the tense environment in which it operates isn't, and its personnel clearly had a taste of it. Washington is spearheading an effort to put together an international coalition to protect trade off the coasts of the Arabian Peninsula, but it's not yet clear which country will eventually join. Meanwhile, the United States says it's ready to pitch in.
We believe that is an international responsibility, not a United States responsibility, but the United States is very happy to be part of the solution. And we're going to work very aggressively with our partners both in the region and with those partners internationally that move commerce through this critical part of the world to come to a solution that will enable the free passage of critical oil and other commodities through the choke points of the region. That we're still in exploratory talks with that right now. I am confident that we're going to have a number of partners that will step up and will be willing to provide resources to enable, again, the free flow of commerce. And it's important to note that as we conduct this planning, we're not targeting anyone. Rather, we're emphasizing the importance of the freedom of navigation in the region and the right of all ships to pass freely without being challenged, boarded, or attacked.
Meanwhile, the United States slapped new sanctions against companies and individuals suspected of providing Iran with equipment aimed at enhancing their nuclear capabilities.
Iran's Foreign Minister Javad Zarif appeared to downplay very much the drone incident. Why so? He is in New York at the United Nations headquarters and has a very delicate and different mission in mind. He's making a proposal, perhaps the most substantial proposal to the United States of America, in order to try to sit back to the negotiating table and try to defuse the very high level of tensions. According to the 2015 nuclear deal, Iran in 2023, if all the parties would have respected the deal, would have opened its doors to the United Nations International Atomic Agencies even more, and would have guaranteed its inspectors an enormous access to all its nuclear facilities. Javad Zarif told during a press conference that if the United States are ready to lift all sanctions against Iran, Iran is ready to take that action, which was meant to happen only in 2023, immediately and would even start stopping the enrichment of uranium and also to get back within the stockpiling limits of the 2015 nuclear deal.
Going straight across now to Daniele Pagani, our West Asia Bureau Chief, joining us from Amman. Daniele, the way things stand as of now, the U.S. claims it shot down an Iranian drone. Iran, on the other hand, maintains no drone was lost. But all said and done, what's your assessment of the implications of this latest incident and the effect it will have on the already escalating tensions?
Surely, certainly this is not something that will have a positive implication and will not play positively in the mission that the Iranian foreign minister has right now in New York. He's currently at the United Nations headquarters. It has to be said that even if the drone was actually shot down, despite the Iranian representative of the government, his top diplomat says he doesn't have any information, the Iranian drone was flying in international airspace. Therefore, it was not actually provoking the United States. It might have reached too close to what it has been judged as a dangerous distance by the United States vessel, but it wasn't infringing any law, so to say. But as I said, it won't have any positive consequences for the mission that Javad Zarif has. What is that mission? A desperate attempt or an attempt to try to bring back the United States to the negotiating table. And it is already very difficult because Javad Zarif and Iran say that they are not going to negotiate on what the United States actually want to negotiate. They are offering another goods of exchange. They're offering to allow more and more inspections from the United Nations into their own nuclear reactors in return of the United States cancelling, clearing, stopping the sanctions. But this episode of the drones won't play in the negotiating favor of Iran, clearly.